Hi there, my name is Luca from Infinity Canine, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do roll over with your dog. This is something that's a very common trick a lot of people love to do with their dog. I'm going to be using the luring technique to teach this today. I also find that this behavior is helpful to teach for cooperative care. If you can look at the dog's underside without you having to flip them over, it makes things like ultrasounds for some situations, as well as just general health and general checkups a lot easier. I like to use luring for this trick because I find that it is not something most dogs will offer naturally on their own. It's pretty difficult to capture, and it also can be difficult to free shape because of that. So luring gives us a way to help our dog through it without us having to physically coerce them into doing it. I will also make a note that this is a lot easier if your dog already knows how to go into a lay down. You can probably teach it, but it's going to be a little bit tricky. So how I'm going to teach this to start is I'm going to get my dog into that lay down position, down, and then I'm going to make kind of a P shape with my treat going over the shoulder. That's the opposite side that I want my dog to roll, and then continuing forward with the lure. So I'll do that one more time. Come here, baby. Good job. Down. Nice. So that's how to lure it. I do this a few times without the word just to make sure my dog is getting the hang of it. Hoku's naturally a pretty roly-poly of a dog, so this was pretty easy for him to pick up on. And now you can tell he's like, I'm doing it, I'm ready. So once my dog is getting the hang of it, I'm then going to start tying the word into it right before I start luring. Over the shoulder, I should say. Roll. Yes. Good job. So that's step 2. The next thing I'm gonna do, if I want to fade out the lure, I don't want my dog to continually rely on me having to have food in my hand to listen to this. So I like to start that first with having treats in both hands. I'll lure with one, down, roll, yes, and then I'll reward with the other hand. So it's clear that the treat is not coming from the lure. That way they start to pay less attention to this, even though I'm still helping them out. Once I feel comfortable with that, I'm then going to move on to using what I call an Inviso treat, which is pinching your fingers together like you have a treat without there actually being food there. Down. You're confused by that. You figured it out, huh? Okay. Sit. Down. Come on. Smarty pants, huh? Maybe we need to do a little more of that first. You know how to do it. Easy. Let's try that again. Okay. So, I'm gonna pretend like I don't have food in my hand. Pretend like I do have food in my hand, even though I don't. Roll. Yay! Good job. That's much better. Good job. So, once your dog feels comfortable with that, then you can put your hand into a more neutral position. I usually like to do a pointer finger, but you can also do a flat palm, or you can do a fist if you'd like. One of the great things about dogs is they can pretty much pick up on most hand signals that we choose to do, as long as they're not completely outlandish. Well, even if they are, they still usually can pick up on them. So, anyway, I'm going to switch to just flat palm, flat pointer finger. Okay. Hi. Down. Come on. Oh, good. Okay. You want to do sit first? Sit. Yes. Down. I think our buddy here might be a little tired. Okay. Down. Come on. It's the down part that's not good for you. Down. Tricked him a little. Roll. Yes, good job. This is also a good time to mention that most dogs will have a directional preference. Hoku seems to have a slight preference for going over to the left. but he can do over to the right as well. Come here, buddy. Good job. Okay. Sit. Down. Yes. Roll. Keep going. Yes. Good job. Good boy. Here's the treat. Here's the treat. Good job. Okay. Ready? Sit. Up, up, up. Sit. Yeah. Down. Down. Roll. Keep going. Oh my goodness, you got it. Yes. Good job. Good boy. All right. Now that we're doing pretty well in this environment, we're going to work on generalizing it to a new setting. It's important to keep in mind when you're generalizing that dogs have a bit of trouble figuring that out. So it's good to pretend like you've never done the trick before when you're going to a new environment and start from the very beginning. Sit. Boy. Down. I know. Roll. Keep going. Yes. Good job. Good boy. That's very good. There's a dog barking at you. Sit. Good boy. Down. Good. Roll. Yes. Good job. Good job.